All right, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Floyd, a.k.a. owner of Team Delaney Saggy Tits, a.k.a. Commish, and we're here with Nantucketts Revenge Fantasy Football League, a.k.a. the best fantasy football league in the world. And as per usual, I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Michael Wiseman, a.k.a. owner of Magnum XL United. How are you doing?
I'm good. I think you just said AKA like 6 times.
That's part of the whole YouTube intro game, don't you know that? You don't follow any YouTubers? Jeez, dude. A.K.A. Michael Wiseman has a life. A.K.A. What are we, week 9?
Yeah.
Week 9, me and Wiseman are here. A.K.A. we do not have a guest today. A.K.A. I don't know, it was a tired week for me. I didn't feel very compelled to rush somebody on. I had an exam this week. I'm tired today. How are you doing, Wiseman?
I'm good. I am a little tired as well, but not because I have exams. So, whatever. Spending too much time playing Red Dead and Black Ops. So, you know.
Playing blobs with the boys will get you a little tired, huh?
Yeah, especially if you stay up too late doing it.
Heard. Anyways, if we jump right into the standings, I'm sitting at first with Trevor on a 5-game win streak behind me, tied with me at 6-2. We got Wiseman. What am I doing? Can you take us through the standings, Michael? This is yours. You always do standings.
Yeah, I'll finish. So it's a 3-way tie for third between Mike Brobes, 4-down territory. Rob, who should be back this week. Team XNXX, Alexis, Texas, and Damian Brown get to black. All of them are 5-3. And then right behind them is Team Butts at 4-4, and then the Evansdale Carpet Munchers, Nick Rudder at 4-4 as well. And then myself, Mikey, Juices Loose, and Ricky's team, the Golden Taint, are all 3-5. And then rounding out the bottom at 2-6 is both Multiple Gorgasms, Derek Walker, and Drake Zagula at the Nantucket Quails. New name, right? This is the first week of the Nantucket Quails, not the Gale Quails anymore.
So Drake Zagula is no longer the owner of the Gale Quails. He must have had a very compelling and rather deep, insightful, I'm not sure if it was a nightmare or a dream. I think he said it was a dream. And he had to change his name to the Nantucket Quails, apparently. He says it's his relegation name. He's looking forward to competing with that name next year in the B-League, I assume. Drake and Derek are holding that relegation spot by themselves, separated behind 1 win. I think Derek will be able to fight his way out. We'll see if Drake can as well. We still got, 5, maybe 6 weeks left. So we'll see what happens.
5, including this one, yeah. This one coming up. All right, so next
scoreboard?
Yeah, we got to go into the results from last week. Yep, so the Survivor Challenge is, for everyone who isn't paying attention or doesn't know, basically the lowest score each week until there is one team left that hasn't been the lowest score of the remaining teams in the challenge. Wins a prize at the end of the year, and we are down to our final 4 now as my team was eliminated this week. So the remaining 4 teams are Jad, your team, Delaney Saggy Tits, Mike Brobes, 4-down territory, Multiple Gorgasms, Derek Walker, and Team Butts, Kyle Butts. So that's the 4 we're up with.
The Survivor Challenge is a testament to how
consistent
variance really affects fantasy football in a way where, like, Derek could be in last place but still have been able to prove himself enough to not have been eliminated from the Survivor Challenge. That would be pretty cool if he was able to get his money back. If he gets relegated but wins it back in the Survivor Challenge, that'd be pretty epic. So far, in order eliminated was Nick, then Trevor, Ricky, Drake, Mikey, Damian, Rob, and then you.
Yep.
Yep.
I think this is how it's happened in a similar way to this last year. Derek was Like his team wasn't in a playoff position, but he knew about the Survivor Challenge, so he like made trades on guys that were on bye so he could stay in the Survivor Challenge. So it's kind of funny how like you can, if you know that's like your only hope of making money, like it might make you make different moves. I don't know. See if he does the same.
Speaking of money, I think upping the entry fee in the next year was a possible talk. Just because, the more money that's in the league, the more we can do like those little things. And it's always fun. Always fun.
All right.
So as far as next week's games go,
I was gonna do the waivers first.
You said we're gonna do what?
The waivers and trades.
Oh hell yeah, motherfucker! Shit. All right. Transactions, etc.
Yeah, it was Halloween, so we got some pretty spooky moves going on. Like Kyle Butts picking up Anthony Miller and then dropping him the next day. $1's nothing to Kyle Butts. $1 in free agent money, nothing. Just throw it away. Who needs it?
Picked up like 4 guys all year, and I still have the same amount of money as Kyle Butts, who's picked up more than 20 guys.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Like, what goes through your mind to think that like somebody is such a must-have, but then the very next day dropped for $1?
Dropping for a defense. Whatever.
So as far as acquisitions goes, before this week's waivers went through, we had the trade between Drake and Trevor. I don't know what Drake's necessarily was getting at with this trade. Michael, do you think that he was panicking too early? What was the point of trying to
I know.
Like, why was Drake so convinced that Traquan Smith was going to get him the touchdown or whatever that he needed for the equity that he gave up? Drake gave up real equity here.
I think that part of it was, he was sold on Traquan Smith and thought he would be the one to get the points that Ginn was no longer getting. But also from trying to trade with Drake in the past, he's been trying to pawn off Marvin Jones for a while because he doesn't want to have 2 Lions on a team. He doesn't want to have Kerryon Johnson and Marvin Jones. So he's been trying to pawn off Marvin Jones. And as far as trading Cooper Kupp for Michael Crabtree straight up, you obviously wouldn't do that. So I don't know.
It's just pure equity he lost. I don't understand it. With 6 weeks left, you're not even fighting for playoffs anymore, Drake. You're only back 1 game. Was he back 1 game last week, or was he tied for last place?
I think he was tied.
So, I don't know, to ship that kind of equity with 5 weeks to play is, I think, a mistake. And, Drake's been making move after move this year and has yet to win 1 trade in hindsight. So, not surprising there.
And the last trade was you and Butts. You traded for Benjamin Watson, and you traded away Sproles.
Hey. Yeah, obviously. I just needed a playable tight end. I don't know when Darren Sproles is ever going to play. I don't even remember who I offered in the first place. I offered somebody. I would imagine it was probably like Jamal Williams, but all of a sudden I look and I have the same offer back for Darren Sproles. That's an insta trade, right? Like, Darren Sproles is never going to be a playable guy, is he?
No, probably not.
I mean, is that one of those times where if you're Butts, you should just be getting petty there and blocking me and making me pick a tight end up?
I mean, he must have saw some kind of value in Sproles. Like, hell yeah, Sproles.
But, like, if you're Butts there, are you going to be petty and block me? I feel like that's the right move, right?
I feel like it makes more sense, especially since now he's in a position where he can compete for the playoffs and has to compete against you.
There's no tight end on the waiver.
No, none. But
the next one is Jesse James.
Sick.
So realistically, then, is that the best move, to be petty and block me, or is there any playable value with Darren Sproles?
I guess we'll find out. Maybe he's been thinking about dropping Benjamin Watson, but he just knows there's no tight ends out there, so he's just holding on to him.
Probably got Benjamin Watson. That's why he accepted the trade, but I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to block me there.
If Darren Sproles was on the waiver wire and he had Ben Watson, he would drop Ben Watson for Darren Sproles and probably pay like $15 for Darren Sproles. So in his,
who was not buy this week for $20-something?
I think it was. No, I don't remember. Damn. Shit.
It was David Moore?
Yeah, it was David Moore. David Moore went for 26, but No, David Moore went for 22. Jack Doyle went for 26.
So what's this Jack Doyle theory? Who picked up Jack Doyle?
Trevor, $26.
So what's our Jack Doyle just went ham, didn't he?
I don't know. He dropped him for Rob. Rob might be pissed about that. Oh yeah, he had 6 catches for 70 yards and a touchdown.
Man. Well, the thing is, I had to drop him for Rob because all of the rest of the starters were on bye, and he needed a guy to play receiver. And I ended up fucking not even playing it. I picked him up. I picked up Humphreys that morning and forgot to put him in the starting.
Looks like you should have picked up Jack Doyle, mate.
It wouldn't have made it through.
Oh, he's on bye. Never mind.
So who's going to be the one that eats that offense? It's going to continue to be Eric Ebron. We said it. You said before that it was going to be Jack Doyle and Eric Ebron continued to eat. And I traded Bilal Powell.
Who got hurt?
Traded Bilal Powell for Eric Ebron. One of my trades of the year.
Fuck you.
Been running so pure. Traded Chris Thompson away just in time. Let's see. Been running pure.
Let's just get in the matchups next week.
Somebody send me home. All right, for matchups for next week. The first on mine is Rob and Drake. We have xnxs.com/Alexis Texas. Allegedly, this might not be his starting roster this week because allegedly Robert comes home this weekend. Allegedly, Rob loves to trade away his players. Rob needs a little bit of help. He's got like 4 spots on his starting team that just guys that shouldn't be starting in this league, and if they are, you're not going to win a championship. Those guys being Kelvin Benjamin, Kyle Rudolph, Derrick Henry, Adam Humphreys. With that being said, Drake's team is consistently done pretty terrible all year. Rob's projected to lay the spanking with Drake only getting 3 points out of his wide receiver 2 spot. It doesn't look good. I think even if Rob doesn't make any moves this week, he should win this one, being that the only threats look to be Tom Brady, Ezekiel Elliott, and I think on a crazy day, maybe Crabtree or Callaway.
What about Gronk?
I mean, even this could be a Traquan. I mean, actually, this could be a team. A lot of the guys that Drake's teams on his team do something stupid, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It looks like Rob should go to 6-3 and Drake to 2-7, which, yeah, it's terrible for Drake to be 2-7, and then Rob coming back to a 6-3 team if he's not back this weekend. But I think he'll be back by the end of the weekend. But yeah, if Rob goes to 6-3, that'll be big for him. I think he's definitely got an edge, especially since Jordy Nelson underperformed so grossly. The Raiders just in general were garbage tonight. So yeah, he paid the price along with a couple other people in this league.
Yeah, if Rob can win this one, it should solidify me, him, and Mike as the top 3. And Trevor's team, although Trevor's tied with me at first, I think will be the other team looking to face top 4. I don't necessarily think that'll be him. Might not.
All right, what one you got next?
Butts and you?
Sure
thing. Take us into it.
I got a terrible start from Derek Carr tonight. The Raiders, like I just said, were absolutely god-awful. I don't know what Gruden's doing, honestly. I don't know if he really knows what he's doing, but they look terrible, so it's a bad start for me. Pick up the wrong quarterback off the waivers for sure. And my team without Saquon is definitely not as formidable as usual. I think that my team has a lot of question marks, including Demaryius Thomas being traded to the Texans, as well as how Kiki QT is going to be used on the Texans with Demaryius Thomas being there. So I have no idea really what's going to happen exactly with my team, but due to having a couple of buys to important players, I'm forced to play the guys that I have, and Butt's team looks pretty good. He's got a couple guys that are questionable, but overall his teams should probably be mine this week.
Yep. I don't know what else to say other than I agree. Curious to see what's going on with Elijah McGuire. I just clicked on the note. It says he'll be playing against Miami this week. I don't know what kind of role that is going to be. But I think overall, yeah, his higher-end players, his studs, are definitely just better than yours. And so are his fill-ins as well. So, I don't know. It doesn't look good for you. And
nope.
Having only 3 wins at the end of next week will be hard
Yeah,
for
you're
you
telling
to
me.
do much. You're kind of going to be, floating in that middle space, just hoping you don't get unlucky, right?
Yep, I just keep getting 130 or more put on me every single week. So
A loss this week probably puts you in that spot where you just
I have to
do
get to
everything
the last spot.
Ooh, so gross. All right, the next matchup on the docket is the Evansdale Carpet Munchers versus Team Into Black. That is Nick versus Damien. 2 teams who are performing above their median. Nick's team is at 4-4. Damien's is at 5-3. If Nick can pull off a win this week, he would be looking at a good shot to making the playoffs. And not saying that it would be a surprise coming from Nick. He's had a formidable and good, solid group of guys all year. It would be cool to see him in it, though. All right.
I'm kind of confused how Damien's team has been winning with just Adam Thielen.
Well, what's confusing? Adam Thielen's just been holding down the fort.
Yeah, but all right, whatever. Keep going.
So yeah, fair enough. Both of these teams are constructed of like a rather tight-knit group of high scorers. With Kirk Cousins, Adam Thielen, and then it was Tevin Coleman for a little bit, and Deion Lewis. And for Nick, it's Hopkins, Watkins, Ingram, and Cohen, really. This one could go either way, and I think from an objective point of view, Nick's team is the standout of the 2 teams. Is that correct, or am I wrong here?
I think it's fair. I think both teams are probably unsure about the production they're going to get from their flex guys, but aside from that, yeah, I think that Nick's team might just be a little bit better just because his running backs are better, and then in my opinion, his 2 and 3 receivers are better too. So
I think no doubt neither of these teams can win a championship.
No, I agree with that as well.
But I think no doubt one of these teams makes the playoffs.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think the winner of this matchup has a big edge on the other one going forward.
I agree. Next matchup on our docket is multiple Gorgasms versus the Golden Taint. This is the toilet bowl, the relegation championship. Loser of this team is bound to get relegated, or loser of this game is bound to get relegated. Derek has the best team of the worst record teams, in my opinion, and a win this week would give him a lot of confidence moving forward, but getting 7 points from 2 guys is never good. Luckily, neither are his studs. So, even with that being said, it looks like Derek is still the favorite in this matchup. What do you think?
Yeah, I would say so. Not having AJ Green is tough for Derek's team, but Philip Lindsay and Adrian Peterson have been solid. They're both top 10 rushers in the NFL right now, which is wild. I think Ryan Fitzpatrick was a quality pickup, despite the fact that he has Russell Wilson as well. So, yeah, Matt Breida's been decent. I'm surprised he only got 5 points tonight, but I think the game just kind of got out of hand, so the 49ers were just crushing him, so it didn't matter, and they didn't want to risk re-injuring him. But I think that if Tyreek Hill doesn't play, I think he's going to play, but he was limited at practice today. But we'll see. I think if Tyreek Hill doesn't play, it'll hurt Derek's team. But, yeah, I would say Derek's team is the favorite. I think despite Kenyon Drake having had good numbers the past 2 weeks, I don't think that's going to continue. Doug Baldwin's been disappointing. I don't know what he's going to do at tight end. He isn't. His starting tight end's on a bye right now, and so is his defense. So
there's nobody on the waiver. I already looked. I had to make the trade.
Yeah, I don't know what he's going to do there, but if he, Derek's team should win this one.
Yeah, I think the only way Ricky pulls this one out is if Cooks, Cam, and Funches just break it. They just all drop 30 bombs and break.
Paul Richardson too. Paul Richardson could be a big play, maybe.
Yeah,
Against Atlanta.
As long as he breaks the game, that one should be Derek's.
Yeah.
Next up on my slate is an important matchup. It is mine. That's why I say it's important, because all of my matchups are important. So we got Team Juices Loose. Owner is Mikey Martinez versus me, a.k.a. owner of Team Delaney Saggy Tits. We got me in first place. I've been carrying the league in first place all year long. Haven't stopped stride yet. And we got Mikey, who is a middle team, a team we do not see getting relegated at all, but a team who has a chance, maybe.
Not this week.
A chance, maybe, to get that last playoff spot. Unfortunately, I do think it's not going to happen because I am going to send Mikey Martinez to 3-6 this week after a win. Obviously, having 3 guys go and get you 12 points, Seth Roberts, Jared Cook, and Doug Martin. When you invest in one of the worst teams in the NFL, you get the worst type of output in the NFL. 3 points, so congrats. Even with some of my key guys being out this week with bye weeks like OBJ and Eric Ebron and even Larry Fitzgerald. I've started Larry Fitzgerald 2 weeks. Larry Fitzgerald has been a wide receiver 1 for 2 weeks. I've started Latavius Murray. Let me just rant.
Yeah, no one cares.
All right, I'm done. Even with my guys being out, I should be able to win this one. I'm worried about Mike Evans, I guess.
Should be worried about James White too.
Eat a dick, mate.
But yeah, getting 12 points from 3 of his players, which is like a third of your team or fourth at least. Yep. Yeah, not good. So it's not looking good for Mikey this week. Sorry, mate.
God, I just run so good. I run so well.
All right, last one is 4-down territory versus Joe Mixon, yo bitch. Trevor takes on Mike. That's a big one. This one has playoff implications.
This is the only good one.
The only good one. And the only person who got a good start tonight is Trevor. Got the 20 from George Kittle.
Which is huge for the league. Oh, God.
Do you think there's any chance Trevor can win this week?
Listen, well, now I do. Now I do think there's a chance. Mike has some really good matchups, though.
Yeah, Mike has...
The Rams facing off. Jesus Christ.
Cortland Sutton's solid now. Aaron Jones is solid now. Ty Montgomery being traded. He just benefited from 2 trades. The trade of Demaryius Thomas and the trade of Ty Montgomery helped Cortland Sutton and Aaron Jones immensely. So Mike's running pretty pure too, Jad. How do you feel about that? You scared?
And it's not often that you can find a chance to run well when it comes to wide receivers, and Mike getting Cortland Sutton that break. We'll see how it turns out.
Yeah. No, I think while a good start from Kittle helped Trevor a lot, and also the trade of Golden Tate helps Marvin Jones out a lot. This is going to be a high-scoring matchup, but I think I'll take Mike's team just because if Gurley and Kamara each put up 30 points, like how are you gonna compete with that?
And he still has Mixon on the bench.
Well, Mixon's on bye this week.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And he still has Mixon. But yeah. And it's encouraging to see 20 points coming out of the tight end position from Trevor's side. But with that being said, I agree. I think Mike's going to pull away with this one. His team's just so good and so dominant. It'd be crazy if Trevor could get on a 16 win streak. What would really suck it'd be such a nightmare scenario for me to run so well. And then for somehow Mike Probst gets screwed into not the second seed. And then me have to face him early in the playoffs, and he boosts me. And that's my biggest nightmare. That's what I'm worried about. If everybody's wondering at home, that's my biggest nightmare scenario. It's getting boosted early in the playoffs by Mike.
I think everyone that's gunning for the playoffs needs to be worried about Mike's team.
Dude, yeah.
Gurley and Kamara is just scary.
Mixon, Landry. Deshaun Jackson gets an upgrade with Jameis Winston being out. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I would say so.
Mike's running well, too. So we'll see what happens.
I think that's it. You want to give us some details about the B League or any that you care to share?
It was a tired week for me, but nothing much going on in the B League other than the same guys are running away with it. 2 teams in first place are Andy Miller and Billy Block. They have a 2-game lead over Devin Pooley and my mom. Shout out Mom. She has that 4th place spot right now. 2-game separation. I don't have much. Any shout-outs, Mike?
No, not really.
Yeah, I don't got much. So what, we're going on week 9 next week, correct?
Yeah, the game that was tonight was the start of week 9.
Going on week 10, let me think. Trade deadline, I believe, is like the week of Thanksgiving. So trade deadline's coming up in like 2.5 weeks. We know Rob's about to come in and shake up the league. It's going to be awesome to get him back if he comes back. Rob, you have to peep every video You have to peep all of the fantastic calls me and my co-host Mikey have made here. And yeah, Rob, we got to get you on very, very soon.
We'll get him on the next one if we can.
Yeah, for sure. I don't got much else. You got anything?
Nope, I think that's it.
All right. Looking forward to a good week 10 coming in.